The Golden At-Bat (GB) is one of those ideas in Major League Baseball that leaves you scratching your head, unsure whether it's a genuine proposal or just a test balloon floated by Commissioner Rob Manfred. It's the kind of change that might sound harmless on paper, but when you dig into the implications, you start to realize how much it could alter the game's fabric. The concept is simple. Once per game, a team can send its best hitter to the plate, regardless of where they are in the batting order. This idea, still a rumor, could potentially guarantee a clutch situation for a team's most important player. Imagine a scenario where, in the late innings of a tight game, your top star gets to bat at a critical moment, whether it's their turn or not. But while this idea might seem to create more drama, it could also rip apart two of baseball's most cherished elements, timing and surprise. The GB effectively eliminates the fate of your best player coming up when you need them most. Fans love those unexpected moments. Think back to walk-offs by Juan Soto or Freddie Freeman, or the countless iconic postseason home runs from players like Joe Carter and Bill Mazeroski. These moments are rare, and that rarity makes them unique. The Golden At-Bat would turn that on its head, allowing managers to essentially hand-pick when their star player gets to step up in the clutch. It's like taking away the magic of fate and replacing it with an artificial guarantee. There's also the question of how this would affect the so-called unlikely heroes, those players who aren't the stars but become legends in the eyes of fans. Remember Francisco Cabrera's hit in the 1992 NLCS? Or Travis Ishikawa's walk-off in 2014? These are the kinds of moments that define postseason lore. The Golden At-Bat could diminish those possibilities, because managers would always have the option to bypass the underdog in favor of their best player, potentially killing that spark of surprise. And what would this mean for the game's younger players? Baseball is about patience, waiting your turn, and accepting that sometimes the right moment may not come. If a 10-year-old is watching their favorite team and sees Johan Rojas, a role player, swapped out for Bryce Harper in a critical situation, what does that teach them about the integrity of the sport? How many youth coaches would use this concept to favor the stronger players on their team, even when it undermines the importance of giving everyone a fair chance? For years, baseball has been where everyone gets their turn, no matter how big or small. The GB could disrupt that fundamental aspect of the sport. If teams start treating baseball like a show where the stars are always on center stage, we risk turning the game into something artificial. Major League Baseball might be more concerned with visibility than fairness, but the game has always relied on its unscripted moments. If everything is orchestrated for star power, what's left for the rest of the players? Then, there's the business side of this proposal. Rob Manfred is aware of Major League Baseball's pressures to grow its audience and make the game more exciting to younger fans. But there's a fine line between making baseball faster and more exciting and stripping away the elements that have made it unique. The Golden At-Bat could be aimed at pumping up ratings and making the game more predictable and marketable. But at what cost to the sport's authenticity? Some fans might enjoy the extra spectacle of knowing that their team's best hitter will always get a shot in a high-leverage moment. But what happens when this kind of innovation becomes the norm? Is baseball still baseball, or is it just another product to be consumed like any other form of entertainment? Baseball is a game that has stood the test of time because it offers unpredictability. Every player has the chance to be a hero, and sometimes the game surprises us with a moment we didn't see coming. With all its potential to manipulate that spontaneity, the Golden At-Bat might strip away that essence and replace it with something more corporate, more controlled. In a sport where patience and waiting your turn are core values, forcing the stars into the spotlight may not be the answer. Everyone deserves a turn at bat, even if they aren't the biggest name in the game.